Well, another episode. Let's break down MSNBC, shall we? So just kind of see if you guys see that a little bit. Maybe I'll reposition myself. Just block the buffalo. Okay, let's run this down. Matt Gutierrez is thinking of retiring early. No one should stop him. Yeah, he's saying that there's some kind of thing going out extortion wise against him. Uh, that's a possibility. The feds know about it. We'll see more about that in the future. I read part of the article about all I could stand reading earlier. It's on Fox. So let's move on. The GOP is turning vaccine passports into full-blown COVID culture war. I think that's what we got to do is COVID culture war. So yeah, they're talking about vaccine passports and paperwork just to get into college. Proof vaccination. It's a touchy subject for all of us. No one wants to have to show a passport. Let's see your papers, please. Papers, please. I can't really get on board with this. It's just I can't really even report much about it because, it's a really touchy subject, and opinions can be a dangerous thing in this line of business I'm trying to get into. So we're gonna not worry about that too much. Kind of like this, like Rush Limbaugh, but I'm not quite as crazy as him. More like a Hannity and a Tucker Carlson's mainly who I'm looking to kind of replace in that sense, as far as a little more of a redneck point of view on stuff. And I think that COVID passports are just dumb, to tell you the truth. But some people say it's a good idea. I just don't know, guys. I just don't know. They're expecting a third surge, by the way. That was the CDC brought that up yesterday. I would hope they're done a third surge. They're saying because mask mandates are being lifted, and they're easing the restrictions on going to, the local pub. How many of you guys go to a local pub? But I don't go to a local pub or anything like that. Bars, blah, blah, blah. I'm just a poor boy. I can't afford to do that. Besides, I don't drink. Okay, Derek Cavins. What wasn't it? Kavanaugh, I thought. Anyway, the guy with George Floyd, they have a clear strategy. Nobody, that's just something I don't even want to cover. Mitt Romney's a classic Republican, and Democrats are here for it. What? I don't know. He's just, Mitt Romney, as far as I'm concerned, is not doing a good job. I don't like you, but that's my opinion. Just my opinion. So if I go through MSNBC, this characteristic was terrified. Okay, this psychiatrist, I need one, was terrified by Trump's mental health. Yell just used a flawed rule to fire her. What? I can't even. The way this is worded. I mean, look at this. I mean, this psychiatrist was terrified by Trump's mental health. Yell just use a flawed rule to fire her. Do we even really care? MSNBC. Holy crap, nobody cares. Why? I can't even look at this. This is like got two things on it. It's actually, I don't know if it's even any of it's newsworthy. I mean, I can't even go that way. Let's see what CNN has to say today. We're not in an airport or grade school. Thank goodness, because that's where CNN has to be played. Yeah. Okay. Trial witness sums up what George Floyd means for black people in the USA. Yep. I don't even want to go there. I don't even want to go there. I don't know. There's brutality on one side, and then there's health issues on the other, and I really don't agree with stepping on someone's neck. I think that should be eliminated. If we reach herd immunity, it's easy to lose. Yeah, you kind of got to figure that out depending on the length of the immunities you get to it, your immune response, and how much you produce. And they're saying up to 9 months. I'd have to agree with that. It was about a 9-10 month period before I got it again. So yeah, I'd go for that. Okay, So all 50 states now have expanded or will expand COVID vaccine eligibility to everyone 16 and up. Sorry, move that TV back again. Finally got my carpet in. Imagine that. The Onion, impending doom. We can avoid it. The CDC's chief says she's scared about where the U.S. is heading. I mentioned that earlier. It's kind of a disaster. I don't know. So just to report something out of Spain. Was it Spain? I think it was Spain. Earlier today, I did read an article on that. There is a new variant in Spain, and it actually avoids the new test. So that was back in February. I read that article, and I tried jotting it down, but like I said, we were in the middle of a bunch of stuff with the carpets and all that. So, but there is a new variant. I like to see where it actually goes. I haven't seen much mention about it. It said it avoids the gold standard test kits. So, just like to know where that new variant went. It says it's not more deadly and it's not more contagious. It has a knack for avoiding the test. I think that all of it avoids the test personally. Personally, I do. Yeah, testimony, George Floyd. Oh, okay, Elizabeth Warren suggests regulators should have seen huge hedge fund meltdown coming. This is the epitome. This is the I'd say the Achilles heel of this entire COVID funny money, trillion dollar, just keep going, writing down numbers digitally, not be able to cover it, too much money, every direction, not enough to cover it. It's all funny, fake, gonna pay for it in the end. Crash the US dollar, make it 50 cents on the dollar, save the national debt by making it, almost worthless or half worth its value because the dollar drops. Look at the price of everything, including lumber. Makes the dollar cheaper, and it keeps so the debt's actually worth less if you're investing in other cryptocurrencies or you're investing in other, like the euro. So remember that. That's a very slippery slope when it comes to the U.S. economy and the value of the oil fiat currency. That's the reason why we're able to produce money without a backing. Jeez, guys, I'm just horrible. I have to move these dusty TVs and stuff, and it just really kicks my caboose with allergies. So, Senator Elizabeth Warren is calling out regulators after little-known hedge fund it doesn't even matter. They don't even matter. Nobody cares. It was able to borrow so much money that it had imploded last week, sent shockwaves across Wall Street. Shockwaves across Wall Street. Meanwhile, the Dow dropped 100 points. It makes 100 points. It's so overinflated, it doesn't matter. Other than the fact that this could be an Achilles heel to crash the economy. So this hedge fund was able to borrow just an exorbitant amount of money. Just like, oh, money, borrow, money. So they decided to tell them to sell it off. Wells Fargo, Deutsche Bank, and Goldman Sachs, they gave this hedge fund a bunch of money. I think it's a hedge fund. Yeah, it's a hedge fund, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is kind of like a hedge fund deal. It's just that the hedge funds, I don't even know how to explain them. They're just a disaster. But they make a bunch of money on the Wall Street bettors because it's all speculation and betting against and for companies, and it's literally a bunch of drunken stimulus drunk or capitalists, not even really capitalists. Let me rephrase that: stimulus drunk hedge funds, and they just suck up everything, just suck in the life. They bet against companies. You see like GameStop, they bet they're going to fall. All they do is take people's money, and people work for the money, and then they go ahead and just do whatever they want with it and invest it in these stupid ways. Wall Street's just a dumb deal, and it's just a bunch of everyone. Right, people get addicted on Vegas, and you look at a hedge fund, and it's exactly what that is. They're a bunch of betting crooks. Anyway, they borrowed a ton of money. Goldman Sachs is like, oh yeah, here's funding money. And then Wells Fargo did the same thing. Deutsche Bank did the same thing, and they're like, oh crap, sell a bunch of your stuff, and we got to see it, and they just collapsed. Yeah, they lost a lot of money. Tiger Asia, it made Yeah, it made millions. So wait, insider trading red flags. Well, there's insider trading red flags. That's a that's a bad deal. So they had that going on too. Yeah, that insider trading going on, all kinds of neat stuff. So this thing cost a lot of fake money for a lot of fake companies that are just drunken on they're just drunk on toxic debt buyouts by the people of the United States with fiat currency signed in the first COVID bills, along with the air air I can't even think of it, airline industry and the cruise ship industry. They got all their stuff propped up by the first stimulus bills was just to prop those guys up and then buy bad toxic assets. And you know, why not do it? So yeah, they're just they lost billions. All three companies I mentioned just lost billions. Let's see, Wells Fargo lost yeah, their stocks dropped 3% Monday. I mean, the damage, you could have Bear Stearns just crash this whole party down, and you know the whole just all they're doing is just let's drop a bazillion dollars. We gotta go send it off everywhere. This trillion. So, regulatory loopholes. They found ways to get around it. There's not enough regulation on these hedge funds. Just like everything else, just a complete kleptocracy of fake fiat money. And look at the price of Bitcoin. It's a digital currency. It doesn't even exist. It's just made by a guy that's anonymous. But believe me, that's probably stabler than what this is. The stock market's insane. You can't be happy reporting the news. So, woman gasped when she saw this painting behind Governor Kemp. Governor Kemp. I cared, did he? Oh, why do I even go to these places? I don't even know. I just drug you guys into it, and I don't even know it must be like something serious, because I'm not going to set and list the video because that'll interrupt the crazy news. Okay, COVID-19, 550,000 plus U.S. deaths. Yeah. 500,000 people died because of this or COVID-related illnesses. A lot of people. Celebrity couples, major age difference. Lil Nas. I don't even want to. I didn't even. Why would this guy, fair use anyway, I'm using this, fair use, why would he even have any kind of standing in any global sense? Yeah, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. He makes a splash because there's a crisis on the border. Border's wide open, fentanyl, heroin, everything else is flowing right through. COVID-19, probably HIV, hepatitis. There could be a number of different diseases coming out of Guatemala, Honduras, Brazil, Venezuela. We don't know. We don't know what kind of contagious viruses, illnesses are coming across, parasitic diseases. We have no idea. We have no idea. We're not checking people's health, thoroughly before they walk across the border. So we don't know what's really happened. So that needs to be, cartels are making billions of dollars off smuggling people north. I wouldn't call it smuggling anymore. They have little walkway signs with arrows. I seen that yesterday. So, senators are down there, there's little arrows on the ground so they know which way to go. They just X amount of money when you get there. People that are up here have to pay them back, but they get free room and board. They got so many millions of dollars put them up in hotels, and then they got this big housing. That brings me back a little bit to the housing money that Biden's trying to put forward. So USDA is getting $300 billion housing HUD, and it makes me wonder. K through 12 got this bunch of money in California. Makes you wonder why did they get that? The massive looks like manufacturing money, $300 billion to be. Why? It might be all tied into this mass immigration. 5,000 people a day minimum coming through the border, walking right through. Here you go. But the border's closed. Jen said the border's closed. Border's closed. Of course it is. Of course it is. Um, Trump's team crossed the line of CDC. I work at a Texas coffee shop trying to enforce masks. Okay, they're not going to get enforced because a lot of people are pushing back. People don't want to wear masks anymore. My vaccine guilt is killing me. I'm not going to click on it. This is national news. Okay. Let's see. So they got another guy to replace the other guy on the top military commanders after cabinet reshuffling the military. So hopefully some good people in there that are really, meant for that position. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Not much there. I'm telling you, I moved that stuff and I just get really stuffed up. I will have surgery on the 15th on my polyps and all that. It's going to be quite interesting. Been through this before with the 9-pound sledgehammer hit me in the face, 1992. 93. I had to have 2.5 hours reconstructive surgery. Really painful. Didn't really fix the problem. Sorry, wow. Exclusive. Teachers instructing migrant kids in person with higher COVID rates than viral students. Of course. Just saying. The insanity continues. Just continues. Migration approval. New poll reveals how Americans feel about Joe Biden's border migration. Depends on what side you're on. It really does. So, just a third of Americans released on Tuesday say they approve of Biden's handling of these issues of migration, with 53% saying they disapprove of his performance, while 2/3 of Democrats say they approve of how Biden has handled the issues in the first 2 months of his presidency. Approval plunges to 27% among independents and just 5% among Republicans. You cannot, under any, unless you have special interest in this, you can't accept the fact that people are traveling 3,000 miles on foot, many of them minors, being handled by coyotes and drug cartels, and say that this is a good thing. This is insanity. This is stupid. Stupid on steroids. Really is. They're human beings. But we can't take in the world. We can't take in Central, South America, Mexico. We can't. It's just, there's some of those countries have 200 million people in them. So if something happens down there in the other countries, we could see a surge of half our population just coming through the border. And these people couldn't handle it. No, the wall isn't completely built. With these open policies, everybody's telling everybody else, just breach the American border. Just breach it. Once you're in, you're in. They're not really sending anybody back. They're not flying anybody back. They're not doing anything like that. So, ALC joins Amazon Twitter fight, says employees were defecating in bags. So ALC jumped on board. She's saying that Amazon employees are pooping in bags. Jeff Bezos is one of the richest people in the freaking world. He's probably the top. I think Moss got him by a little bit, but his employees should be making $30 an hour. The janitor should be making $30 an hour. He's just filthy, stupid rich. Just stupid rich. And we just allow this. He needs to be broke up. There's laws on the books to break him up. He's too big. He's too crazy. I don't know. That's not any good. Biden expected to end Trump's ban on temporary foreign workers. There we go. This is huge. So he banned, I think, temporary workers on coming to the United States Wednesday. Yeah. So, sorry. Joe Biden is expected to allow a proclamation from his Republican predecessor that had blocked many temporary foreign workers from coming into the United States to expire on Wednesday, according to 3 people familiar with the matter. So yeah, it ends. And what that is just to keep people to not come to this country on temporary visas. And what will happen is once they're here, all they have to do is work 190 days for a farm, and you get citizenship if the farm bill passes. So among those affected by the restrictions are skilled foreign workers on so-called H-1B visas that let U.S. employers temporarily hire foreign employees in specific occupations. Companies that provide out. Sorry, geez. I wish I'd understand I have to do the news. It's like move this, move that. I got to do the news. But then I get subject to dust. My allergies kick in. So companies that provide outsourcing services typically make up the bulk of H-1B programs. Their top users. So what happens is these foreign employers. So it looks like companies that provide outsourcing services typically make up the bulk. So these companies get these people from out of the country, bring them here, make a bunch of money off of it, replace American workers, and then we can't get 11 million people back to work. This needs to be halted immediately. Immediately. They need to halt this. This is stupid. 11 million people. These past, we could be extending the COVID unemployment indefinitely. What it's looking like with the $4+ trillion bill that's coming in. It could extend unemployed people forever. It's just not fair. People are working every day, having to go to work, exposed to the virus constantly, and other people are just running around like tigers. It's just dumb. It's dumb. It's not fair. And those that are working in the essential, which is everybody, by the way, everybody that's working has to work that can't do it remotely from home is essential. If you have to show up at the factory, you have to show up to deliver food, you have to deliver your big semi, you have to work wherever. You're an essential worker. There's nothing you do. Hospitals, nurses, doctors. It's just dumb. Dumb. They're nothing for the essential workers. We've gotten nothing. Absolutely nothing. Even the HEROES Act was not for the heroes. Cynical, yes. This is cynical, yes, because every time they name a bill, might as well name this next bill, I don't know, let's look for something, just hair tie bill. That's hair tie bill. What does that do? It has to do with nothing to do with the hair tie. Well, that's what they do. Yeah. Y'all, just stupidity. New Mexican rancher, wandering immigrants offer payment for ride to major U.S. cities. That's the ones that are just escaping through border patrol. They can't stop them. They already admit they can't stop them. They're just walking right through. Besides, you can't interview. The border patrol is illegal, or they're not allowed to talk to press, free press. There's a problem when that happens. Just remember that. Let's see. Yeah. Immigration officials to remove references to immigrants as aliens in agency policy manual. I was waiting for the day that happened. This is the next flood of immigrants that they are going to use for cheap labor, and Americans that are, I guess, they're just going to pay everybody off. We got to pay attention to this, courtroom case, and, whatever. We're not saying no. You're not replacing, millions and millions and millions of workers with new workers that'll work for cheap. They're subsidized workers. WHO advisor, World Health Organization advisor, calls for full and credible investigation of whether COVID originated in Wuhan lab. Well, it came from an animal to a human, more than likely, they said. So, could be in the lab. That's pretty big when the World Health Organization is looking into it, but nobody's going to actually say factually if it did or didn't. I don't hear anything about the wet markets. Do you guys? Just saying, I hear nothing about the wet markets. Not a word. That was a big thing. The wet markets. Are they done? Are they gone? What happened over there? That's where it came from, right? I don't get it. Nobody's talking about it. It's silence is deafening. Yeah. Biden asked for volunteers to help at the border with migrant surge. There's your sign. Keystone Pipeline workers still jobless months after Biden ended projects. What I understand, the unemployment benefits for COVID is $300 a week, and then state unemployment is going to be pretty big. Not going to meet their wage before, but they're going to make more than the average person working. That's not setting, outsourced for some major tech company. That's probably getting some money off the side from the $1.9 trillion is going to make some money off that. I imagine there's something going every direction. Plus H-1 visas. H-1B visas will hire people temporarily for very cheap money. Everybody's got to be ready. These are skilled workers coming in. He just ended it. Skilled workers coming in from all over the world. People left Silicon Valley, left everything, went out to the West to remotely work. Here it comes. I'll tell you. Yep. Yeah, that could be a very, very, very slippery slope for a lot of people if that visa, H-1B visas are just out. Got to think about that. No, that's some scary stuff. Okay, actors, nothing big. Looks good. Guys, get as many videos as I can, guys. Gotta start this show up, and we'll see. We'll see where we go with this. I got to talk to some people if I get time. We'll see if we can do like more news oriented, local, and get some stuff put up. I need to get some more help on this. So anyway, that's the news for tonight. I'll do one more project tonight. Probably get that up by 4 in the morning, and takes me up to 2 hours to load some stuff to YouTube channel sucking. I'm getting 2 views. I don't know. I guess I gotta wait for the algorithm to catch up. Once it does, maybe I'll get something. But I'd literally be making more views if I was boiling macaroni on a stove and showing people that, because the future of America, the future of our republic / democracy, and the future of the dollar. The dollar is a big one, guys. They gotta stop spending the money. They gotta stop. You just gotta stop. Anyway, thanks for watching. You guys have a great night. Talk to you later.